Giving him something he can feel. To let him know his love is real. Giving him something he can feel. To let us know the love is real. Hey y'all, this is Twisty. We just saw Sparkle the opening night, and the theater was so packed we could not get around us. There was nobody there.
I'm defresh since anyone let me talk.
No.
But
No.
yeah, we saw it in our hometown. Little small town of Hopkinsville. Not much going on here.
Cricket.
But
no, seriously, the crickets were louder than the theater, than the movie. I kid you not.
Yeah, there were a couple of crickets in there, literally. But also, it happened to be a big game that night.
So, they had to choose between, Whitney Houston's last hurrah and a ball, and a bunch of grown men chasing the ball. And
grown men? It was a high school game.
Well, for us, for our little team.
Is this football season? I think it's football.
For our little town, that was grown men. That was Super Bowl for them. Okay. It meant a lot.
Which is bad.
This movie, I think, was, of course, we know it's a remake.
From the 1976 version.
Sparkle. It is. There are also a few changes. I've not actually seen the original. Just heard a lot of talk about the original.
So how about this? Why don't y'all let us know if we need to see the original and do a video about that too?
Right, because maybe the original actually is supposed to be better. It's gotten better ratings, and then
the newer one.
But having said that, I do think the new one is definitely worth seeing.
It is. I thought it was really good. Jordan Sparks actually kind of surprised me. Her little acting debut.
Right.
She was Sparkle, of course, and then there was CeeLo. CeeLo was in it, which I was kind of like, what?
He really didn't have a big part. It's kind of there, and then he kind of disappears. But he was there.
But the big surprise of the night will officially go to Mike Epps.
Yeah.
He kind of shocked me with his acting talent. Go on, Mr. Mike Epps.
Because, you always take him as a comedian. He's a comedian.
He's a comedian in this one, but...
he's kind of a step and fetch it, for those of you who caught that.
Yeah, he is. He gotta get his white money.
So it's there are some racial issues, but I think that it's just being aware of the time period. This movie is very time period. You are aware because they always talk about curling their hair, the big rollers, way people dressed, the big television sets, and
Oh yeah, the ones that sat on the floor.
Right. The floor model TVs. Right. Seriously, you didn't move them.
I'm pretty sure some of y'all grandmothers didn't even have those. Because you know what? How old is the grandmother now? Like 30?
Right. So, it's very, very... It was a very interesting, very entertaining thing. I think Whitney Houston... Because we got to just, talk about Whitney Houston. Of course, it's, she sung in the movie, and she opened her mouth, she sung, and you just stopped. You just stop for a few minutes because literally, you once again reminded that that's freaking Whitney Houston singing.
It's talent that's no longer here.
So you are very much so amazed by how talented Whitney is in the acting in it. I think Whitney did a good job. So
yeah,
I believed her, and I think she was actually really good at just playing a mother, really in general, a protective mother. Jordan did find another actress that did really good. It was Carmen Ejogo. I think his name is Ejogo. So Ejogo.
We're not trying to butcher your name.
Ejogo.
Either way, we tried.
You did very good. She's a British actress, and she played sister. The character does have another name, Tammy, but everyone calls her sister.
Everybody calls her sister. So.
And yes, she is a sister who has sisters. I know. It's kind of like
Yeah, and that was actually the name of their group, Sister and Her Sisters.
right. So I don't.
They weren't very creative in the 60s.
Not in the 70s, no.
Or
But
70s. Well, actually, this movie was in the 60s.
right, it was shot in the 70s, set in the 60s. So that's one reason why you're very aware of the racial time period. Some people talk about maybe not want to see it just because I now think that you're missing out on something.
You're limiting yourself
if you don't go see it just because of the time period. Because the time period did exist, so you can't pretend like it didn't exist. So.
Exactly, but it's not focused on the racial issue.
Right.
I mean,
you're aware of it, and I think it's because
but it's not
everyone had to be.
It's not like any police brutality or
no one's marching.
Yeah,
no one's
like
we shall over. It's nothing like that.
they talk about it, but it's not.
But they mention
that's not
it,
the focus,
right?
And I mean,
and there are no evil, I guess, evil white people in them.
Because actually, the only white person that was in it was Curtis Armstrong, and he was a record producer,
right?
Who
was willing to give them a chance.
Who was trying to give them a chance until
sister kind of ruined it.
But
we won't tell you how, but she kind of ruined it. But
she messed it up.
I think that this movie is definitely worth seeing. I love Tika Sumpter in this movie. I thought she was hilarious as Dolores, or call her D.
She was the pro-black,
intelligent, powerful black woman. I ain't putting them in.
And sadly, she was like one of the only dark people in the movie.
Yeah, seriously.
I was the first one to point that out.
Yeah, I don't. But then again, look, the original's kind of the same way.
Yeah, it was.
It was a lot of white people.
Almost like, hey, let's get all the lightest people we can find, and then we're gonna pick this one black one.
Right, and it makes it all better. So it's very similar to that. I don't know if that was. I don't think that really.
I don't think it was their intention, but
it's just sometimes things.
It just happens. It happens.
But I think that
I love Tika. I was like, "Oh, girl."
So the soundtrack of the movie was very good. It was done by R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. R. Kelly.
He wrote a song. Definitely, I say check out after watching it is One Wing. Check out One Wing by Jordan Sparks.
He wrote it. He wrote it, and for me, I'm very close to saying this is probably the next I Believe I Could Fly type song. And I mean, I knew R. Kelly was talented, but that song One Wing, it really showed how talented. And
it really has that old school vibe. You would have thought it was written back then. So he really was talented in keeping it close to the time.
Yes, I mean, that just goes. It gave me a renewed sense of R. Kelly. I've always liked R. Kelly, but it gave me a
without the whole drip drip drip. We'll talk about it. But anyway,
shout out to Boondocks. If you didn't want to get peed on, move out the way.
Right. So, but it's a lot of interesting things that happen in this movie. I definitely check it out. They had a good cast. It's good acting. A lot of good singing. I personally thought Jordan and Whitney stole the show for our singing wise. Yeah. Carmen does most of the singing. I just don't think she's the greatest.
But see, I think that actually played to the I'm sorry, Carmen, you're not the greatest singer, but
no, but she's more of an actress. I think acting wise, she was
but
great.
That played to the idea of the movie because it was supposed to be Sparkle was supposed to be the behind the scenes songwriter. She just wanted her stuff out there. She figured Sister would be the one to do that because everybody had always told Sister how well Sister could sing, and of course Sister was the performer. And then Dolores was the educated sister who was eventually going to go off and go to school. So I mean, it actually played up really well because even the audience can tell that Sister isn't the greatest singer, but she has the appeal to captivate the audience. If that's what you want to say, sex appeal, whatever. But she can captivate the audience. And Dolores, of course, was always going to be backup. Her thing was basically just trying to get a little change before she could go to school, pretty much, because she was just ready to she was waiting on her acceptance letter to Mahari, so she was just like, hey, whatever. And of course, Sparkle just wanted her stuff out there. And, you know, it's like, I mean, you can definitely see the different dynamics in the sisters. And then, of course, Whitney Houston, who supposedly had already lived this life, didn't want any of her children in that life. But as we can see, sometimes, you know, our parents may have the best intentions at heart, but sometimes you just gotta let your child go and go out there and let them fall on these
Cut off
things.
the TV. Curl your hair. And go to bed.
But Mom, hell yeah, that was the one thing I did have. It always seemed like they were going.
They went to church so much,
but it
I didn't
like every day.
I didn't know that they had Sunday every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
went to church like
Saturday, and they had double Sunday on Sunday. Those 2 shots of Jesus.
It was like, yeah, every time you looked up in the movie, Whitney was saying, cut off the TV, curl your hair, church in the morning. And
they never really showed a difference in the timing. Like I said, I didn't see any plot holes. You mentioned...
there was a baby that cried in one of the scenes.
Yeah, because sister is supposed to be like 30s in, 1970s. Yeah. She's too old. She doesn't have a man, So...
And I believe they may have had inserted the angle of the baby in there at one point, and
they decided to take it out.
Even in one shot, you can hear the baby crying, and that's when Jordan's like, "Oh, I have to go in," blah blah blah, because she had snuck out. And this baby cries, and everybody heard it. It was like clear as day. Everybody heard it. Even Jordan heard it because she was like, "Okay, I think it's time for me to go." But we never hear this baby ever again.
And we don't see it.
We never see it.
I think it was an editing mistake. I think they tried to edit out the baby angle. But then again, they kind of missed it from the crying, which meant they could have just screwed with the audio and we wouldn't have paid any attention to it. Yeah. But they decided, they was more or less like, oh, I'm not going to pay attention to it. It's like, well, if we don't hear another,
I was I thought it was a ghost baby. I honestly didn't know.
Right.
Like maybe.
Then I kept hearing crickets, but no.
Actually, I thought the crickets were in the movie.
As soon as it ended, now I was still going to crickets.
Yeah, the cricket is still there.
Oh, that was a shot at y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we got for you. Definitely go check out the movie. I think it's worth seeing.
Yeah, we got Jordan Sparks, Whitney Houston, Carmen Elijah, Mike Evans,
Tika Sumner, Omari Hardwick. He played Levi, which is the sister's boyfriend.
Yeah, until
Satin comes along, which is played by Mike Evans.
Oh, wait. And then there's Derek Luke, who played Styx, who is Sparkle's on again, off again, man.
Right, I kind of forgot about. I always forgot about him in the movie. I don't know why.
He was actually the group's manager.
But I kept forgetting about him. I don't know. Some like the movie, he was just there. And just like, oh,
they're like, oh,
yeah, that's right. You're not dead. Oh, okay. You're back. But I really think it's because Whitney owned the scenes, and then the rest of it just kind of following Sparkle.
Right.
So you don't really pay attention to anyone else, except for Mike Epps. When he enters, he did command the camera to look at him.
Yes, he did.
But I think it's the character's fun. So I think it's worth seeing. Definitely go check it out. I really don't have a rating for it because I'm a little bit leery on rating this one, but I think it's worth seeing. So check it out.
Check out the movie and definitely check out the soundtrack. It's on Amazon. It's really good, and we definitely see a comeback from Mr. Kales.
Right. Definitely check out One Wing. Jordan Sparks. Check it out.
Love Will. There was also Whitney and Jordan did a song, Celebrate. Check it out. Just check it out.
Why are you still here? Go look at it.
Right. Go see it.
All right.
Shoe.
This is Twisty.
Be fresh. Shoe.